Hi trainers. Today what I wanted to do for you is a video showcasing our top 8 exercises, the ones that we use the most here, and for your benefit to help you know what muscles we're using and how to progress and regress all of these exercises, okay? So you have pretty much a good working knowledge of at least the top 8. All right, let's start with upper body. Lat pull downs, everybody's favorite. Okay, some of the things with lat pull downs, I'll refresh also our setup so that you kind of know the framework and the words that you want to say. When they're doing lat pull downs, we like them to sit under the bar or under the handles as much as possible. It's harder for them to find the position when they're too far away. So we like them right under the bar or handles. The setup is sit down, look up, pull your hands down towards your shoulders. What muscles are we using? We're using the lats, better known as latissimus dorsi, these big muscles in the back. What other muscles are we using? Biceps. Those are the 2 main movers for the lat pull downs. What are some regressions? How to make this easier? Well, obviously you can always just make it lighter. How can we make it harder? For small group purposes, we're not talking about team here, but for small group to make this harder, you're just going to add weight or maybe slow it down. Keep in mind that the biceps are fast twitch muscle fibers. We can pull very quickly with the biceps. The lats are more of an endurance muscle, so those are more slow twitch muscle fibers. That's why when we want people to use their lats, that they have to go slowly. Or if they go too quickly, their biceps are going to do the majority of the work. Okay, good? Great. Next, push-ups. All right, so how to set it up. Let's just pretend we're going to do it on a bench. You can even have people kneeling on the floor to most of our step-up benches, but the setup is hands outside the body. When their hands are in, you guys, they're going to want to flare their elbows out. And keep in mind that all the time we're like this anyway. We don't need to practice push-ups like this. We need to get their hands out here, and look, it automatically opens up the chest, and it also helps you access the chest. What muscles are we using in the push-up? Pecs, pectoralis major and minor, these big guys. And what's the supporting muscle? Tricep, because the arm is going straighter. So the setup is hands outside the body. Usually if we're on the ground, I'll say hands on the gray, not on the black mat. It's too narrow. And then I slightly turn the hands out, because this, see how this rotates you the wrong way? You want your hands out like this, taking your chest down towards the bench. That's the setup. That's the regression, is kneeling on the floor or elevated. Next, how does it get harder? So to make things harder, you get somebody up on their toes. We like them up on their toes, right over their hands, not behind their hands, taking their chest down towards the bench. And sometimes I'll say elbows out, elbows in. It helps them think of that motion. And then the third way to progress this exercise is to go decline, right? Get their feet above them. Anytime you put their feet above them and their body down, you've in effect made them heavier. Does that make sense? When they're like this, the ground is holding them and they're lighter. When your head is down and your feet are up, whew, you just took all your body weight and put it down on your chest. Okay, that's push-ups. Next, what's our other one? Shoulder press. Oh, yes. Okay, how do people do their best shoulder presses? It's supported when their head and neck are supported. So in terms of regression for your really new clients, supported shoulder press are the best, but sometimes they're just not in the rotation that month. But keep in mind that if we're trying to get people to go heavier and their form is good, or they need some help in their form, supported shoulder presses are the best. If you see them like struggling and shrugging their shoulders, grab a bench, put it on incline and have them do it there. Okay, what are the muscles for shoulder press? Deltoids. You're using pretty much all 3 deltoids, anterior, lateral, and posterior deltoids in the shoulder press. It's a combination move. You have one more supporting muscle, triceps. Okay, here's your setup. Seated, head and shoulders are supported on the bench, and then straight up over the shoulders. Some people like to go here, especially if they have flexibility issues. We like them to relax down here and press. relax, and press. One of the things I do too is I'll walk around, and I have another video I'm going to send you guys, but you can literally see when people are up in their neck and when they're relaxed. If you can't see it, touch them, feel it, give them a little physical reminder to keep their shoulders relaxed. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Is there one more? No, that's 4. That's 4 upper bodies. Okay, next let's talk about some lower body ones. Squats. Sorry, as a review, for shoulder press, how would you make it harder? Standing is harder, making it heavier, pulses, that's a way to make it more difficult for people. Pulses are a great way to increase the difficulty without having to give people heavier weights. Okay, squats. What are the muscles used? Quads, hamstrings, and glutes. It's a combination exercise. How can you regress this exercise? If you have a brand new person that just has no idea, a great way to teach them is hold on to the TRX. The TRX is going to help them stay in place, and it's going to help them if they go too deep and they don't have the strength to get out. So just kind of getting them here and having them use the TRX to stand up is a good way to teach them. Another way to regress squats is to have them do ball wall squats with the stability ball behind their back. What else is another way? Have them not go so low. So then how to make these harder is you can add like a level 3 person. Say the whole room is doing regular squats. Go up to level 3 and give her a horizontal weight. Make her do them like this. If she's still not challenged enough, add a shoulder press or give her 2 weights and put them down here. Or pulses is another way to make those harder. But for most people, let's talk about the standard squat that we teach here, and the squat that I teach them on day 1. Feet outside their body, toes out, sit back and down. Why do I like this squat the best? It's the easiest on their knees. They do the best at finding the proper form with this one right away. Okay, next, lunges. We'll go this way. Lunges, what are the muscles that we're using in the lunges? Again, pretty much the same ones. Quads, hamstrings, glutes. How do we regress it? Good way is holding on to the equalizers or holding on to TRX. And especially for new people, like in their first month, they're more likely going to be doing tap backs. Because what we want them to learn in the lunge is to not fall backwards and load that back knee. Bad, very bad. We like them to stay loaded over this front leg and learn how to control their body weight because they don't know. Next, to help them access their glutes instead of their knee, a lot of people like to lunge too deep and too upright. Look at this 90-degree bend in their knee. Their quads are automatically going to start working when you really have this deep knee bend. So the way we do it at Essential Fitness to help them find their glutes a little bit more is I open the knee bend and I increase this bend by tipping them over. Now they're going to be in their glutes better. We talked about how to regress that, how to progress that. Walking lunges, they have to be in control of their width and length when they're doing walking lunges. Those are harder. What else? Anything else on lunges? Progression, regression in the muscles. Great. Squats, lunges. What was the other thing? I got to check my list. Oh, deadlift. Oh, deadlift. What muscles are we using in the deadlift? Generally, hamstrings and glutes. It's a big posterior chain move. So we can teach it 2 different ways. Stiff leg deadlift or straight leg deadlift, or the Romanian deadlift, which is more bent knees. Straight leg deadlift, they have to be really good at hinging backwards before they drop their chest. If they just drop their chest, you'll see how I'm kind of going on my toes and my body's going forward, my hips haven't gone anywhere. That is more low back oriented. So we teach by hinging back before they drop and then down here. Romanian is a little bit more bent knee, dropping the dumbbells down towards the shin with a flat back and standing up. To be honest, I like them both, and some people can really find their hamstrings and glutes better with the Romanian. They just can. They don't have to control their backs so much. Okay, final step ups. Let's just do it right here. Okay. on any kind of bench, step ups. What muscles are we working? It's pretty similar to the squats. Quads, hamstrings, and glutes, okay? It's easier if they can move their feet on and off. So if they're getting on and off a bench and they're doing this, it's easier than here. So to make this harder, you would get somebody nice and close to the bench, keep that foot on there, and then they just have to lift without really any momentum. What else? Is that good? I think that's good for now. We're gonna have a little mini quiz on this later too. So watch it again. All right, you guys, that's it for me today. Thanks for watching.